last time that we talked, things have gone from bad to worse. The meltdowns, many IT issues. It's clear that flight attendants have had enough. We're done waiting.
Flight attendants are angry. Flight attendants are demoralized. Flight attendants are frustrated. Flight attendants are frustrated with this management team. But let's go back to last week. We had one of the most successful day of actions in the history of AFA. Thousands of flight attendants across the system were on the picket line. Thousands of flight attendants turned social media red. Everyone speaking with one voice. We are not going to let this management team divide us. We are unified. We know what we want because these are the flight attendant priorities that we've been demanding of this management team. We have gone through 2 summers of hell, pure hell for flight attendants. And we are demanding United fix these issues. They have neglected in their planning from last summer to this summer to fix one item that we have brought to their attention. This is going on throughout the industry, okay? We talk with our flight attendant friends at Alaska, at Southwest, at American. Flight attendants are demanding action from their management teams. And at United, they are not going to get away with decimating our profession. We have fought decades to make the profession of a flight attendant the respected safety professionals that we are. And United is not going to change that. Flight attendants are speaking with one voice. And that was demonstrated last week on only 17 days notice. 17. So United, listen to us. You're not going to divide us. You know that everything we're doing in negotiations is based on what flight attendants are telling us their interests are. And we're going to drive this to the finish line. Because for once, United flight attendants stand in solidarity against a management team that is tone deaf. Tone deaf to what you have put your workforce through. And what you have done to us affects every passenger that boards a United flight.
Everything we do in negotiations is based on members' feedback and priorities. Can you tell us how we do that?
Sure, because this is your negotiations. Most of you have already received the 3rd survey in the mail. This survey is partnered with the University of New Hampshire, who AFA has contracted because they're a well-respected survey center. They have composed the survey. It is dealing with just scheduling issues because that's what we're negotiating at the table. And this survey is a census. And what that means is every single United flight attendant is invited to participate in this survey. You will be getting calls, emails from the University of New Hampshire to participate in this survey. It is essential that all United flight attendants become involved in this negotiations because we need to know your priorities. It only takes 15 minutes to finish this survey online, and your participation, your responses, and the results will remain totally confidential and will be given to the negotiating table so we can negotiate your priorities.
Ken, can you talk to us about where we are right now?
Oh yeah. Let's start with United operations are a mess. And it's United flight attendants that are paying the price for it. The working conditions have deteriorated. A world-class airline needs a world-class management team. Let's talk about negotiations. We're going into 21 months of direct negotiations, and United has not answered one United flight attendant priority. And these are your priorities that you've told us to negotiate. Quality of life. How many times do we have to tell them at the negotiating table, the quality of life of a flight attendant is just as important as the benefits, as the pay, as the improvements we're seeking. Quality of life has to be improved in this next contract. And is it their lack of understanding, or do they just don't want to do it? Flight attendants on a daily basis. How do you trip trade in this company anymore? They have bastardized the trip trading process. Longer duty days, bare minimum rest layovers. Where does it stop? It stops now. It stops now. It is to their benefit to delay, and to delay. We are going to force the change because United flight attendants are fed up. They're fed up with the rhetoric. They're fed up of blaming the flight attendants. They're fed up of blaming the union. They're fed up of blaming the negotiators. They're fed up of blaming the MEC president. They are fed up of the blame they are placing on everyone except taking responsibility for their own actions and accountability, which starts with United management fixing this airline and getting United Airlines flight attendants the contract they deserve and have earned in months, not years from now. And one last issue. The United MEC met in special session yesterday, and they unanimously passed a resolution that will be coming out today on how we move these negotiations forward and to conclusion, because that is what flight attendants are demanding.